And then we go back to our sitemap here, and then boom. So there you go. Every single one of these is called a sitemap index. And when we click on them, we're going to have all the links to every single city in the US, at least in this case in the US, or whatever city and state you decided to upload. So we'll click on those. And all of those are pages that don't technically exist. So it doesn't slow down your website. It doesn't slow down anything really. And yet, for the purposes of SEO, they do exist. All right, so you've created yourself your landing page and you've started targeting all of the cities that you want in your geographic location. So we have here Mobile, Alabama, once more. We have Houston, Texas. Now, let's say you want to submit all of these URLs into a search console. You want to start getting your site indexed, not just for regular paid marketing, SEM, search engine marketing, but you also want to do SEO, search engine optimization. So how do we submit all of these URLs into Google? Very simple. We go into our menu. We'll go into Sitemap v2. And so here is our sitemap generator. And it's not your typical sitemap generator. It's very, very particular. So we'll type in our sitemap name. We'll type in our root pages. So these are the pages that we basically want to create a sitemap for. And we'll type in here locksmith because that's the page we want. The last modified date. So we can set a default date for the last modified date. So in this case, we'll do 2025 03/25. I believe that's the date today. Yep. And then we'll do change frequency. So this is how often you want to potentially inform Google or Bing to come back and check your pages. So in this case, I'll simply set it to monthly because you don't want too much traffic coming in from the search engine bots. And default priority, we'll save it as is. We'll select save settings and we'll do a build sitemap now. And when you build the sitemap, you'll get on the very first go a list of just testing URLs. So every single one of these is a page for the purposes of SEO. All of them exist. So each one of these, you can submit them into Google or Bing. So now let's say you have a list of cities in the US you want to target. You don't want to do a full national campaign, but you do want to target a certain number of cities. So in that case, we'll go down here, city-state database upload, and we're going to upload our CSV file with the state name and the city name. Very simple. So I already have that file prepared. We'll go to here, choose file, and I've uploaded my database file. This will be included once you get the plugin and you select upload and import. And then once it's done, just give it maybe a minute or two. You'll see sitemap build log. So we see that our CSV was imported, 51 states and 26,000 cities. And what we'll do here is we'll delete our previous sitemap, is deleted, and we'll build a new one now. Great. And also we have to flush our permalinks just in case. Okay. And here is our sitemap URL at the top, ppcb-sitemaps/sitemap. So when we open it, maybe you'll see the exact same sitemap. In that case, we have to clear the cache from our website. So we'll go here and I use a caching system called Breeze. So caching basically means that it's saving a copy of the pages just to make it a little bit faster. It's just something that makes your website faster. And we'll have to purge all the caches to make sure everything's cleared from the memory. And then we go back to our sitemap here and then boom. So there you go. Every single one of these is called a sitemap index. And when we click on them, we're going to have all the links to every single city in the US, at least in this case in the US or whatever city and state you decided to upload. So we'll click on those. And all of those are pages that don't technically exist. So it doesn't slow down your website. It doesn't slow down anything really. And yet, for the purposes of SEO, they do exist. So once again, if you have any issues with getting a new sitemap, make sure you flush the permalinks and you clear whatever caching tool that you use. And then you simply take this sitemap and you submit it to your SEO tools, whether it's Google Search Console, whether it's Bing Webmaster. And just like that, you have dozens, if however many pages you want, and each one of them targets as many cities as you want. in whatever state or city. So once you've submitted your sitemap for indexing by Google or Bing or whatever other search engine, the bots start to aggressively index your website. So let's go ahead and check it out. I have another module here called Bot Tracker, and I'm actually going to show you the indexing that's happening on my sites and basically all of the sites that I'm currently running. So let's do this. So here's one of the sites, right? Just for the sake of obfuscating, I've hidden the names, but you can see in the last several days, just this many crawls. In this case, we have Google Ads crawling, and then also we have Google Search crawling. So the difference between Google Search and Google Ads is that they have two different bots, and the Google Ads crawler crawls more aggressively and readily. If you submit 100,000 pages into Google Ads, they will index your site right away, right? Because they make money from that. With SEO, it's a little bit slower. It might be only 200, 300 indexes per day. But with Google Ads, it's much faster. And then we can also see here, Bing search is going for my site at a rate of 70 per hour. With Google search is 235 per hour. There's some things that eventually will be fixed here, but not a big deal. Some of these things Google doesn't necessarily need to index, so I'll be fixing that later, but we'll go ahead with that for now. We can see the crawl rate per hour. So this is how many times Google and Bing are hitting my site. And at the bottom here, you can see the pages, right, that they're basically hitting at your site and the visit times. Let's go to another site. Here we go. Once more, Google search, visit count, crawls per hour. You can even see that in some sites or some niches, they don't crawl as aggressively, but in other ones, they definitely do. There you go. Crawls per hour, 267 for Google Ads. Search is only 50, and Bing not even touching this site. Bing search once more, Google search, and Google Ads. So as you can see, Google Ads crawls aggressively, Google search once in a while, and there you go. Bing, in some cases they do, in some cases they don't. Once again, Bing, but Google Ads is crazy, and Google search here and there. Let's go for another one. Here we go. Google search getting about 400 crawls per hour, and then Google Ads even more than that, and then Bing just sleeping. So anyways, if you want this plugin, once again, in the link in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.